Hi, this is Kanil. Have you ever been so angry, frustrated, or sad that you said or did something you wish you could take back? Have you ever had the urge to, or have you ever done something that you really enjoyed even though you knew it'd probably have negative consequences? Why did you act that way? How did you feel after? Almost everyone has experiences like this, but learning how to handle them in a positive way is a key part of forming a strong identity. When you are unable to control your emotions or urges, you may do or say things that challenge your relationships, as well as your own emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental balance. You may speak or act without thinking, hurting others in the process or damaging relationships. This means you have trouble regulating or balancing emotions and impulses or urges. Your ability to regulate actually began when you were a baby. You learned, or maybe you didn't learn, your first skills from your parents or caregivers. Unfortunately, the legacy of residential schools created generations of Indigenous parents without the proper skills needed to teach children how to regulate or balance emotions and urges. As you get older, life becomes more complicated, and you need to actively take control of your emotions and urges. You need to self-regulate. You are building a strong identity as a young warrior, and part of your strength is staying balanced. The more you know yourself and your triggers, the better you'll be able to take control of your emotions and urges and self-regulate. Here are some ways you can start taking control of your emotions, harnessing the power of your ancestors to adapt. Number 1. It isn't easy when you're angry or frustrated, but one of the most important things you can do is to stop and take a breath. It can take a while to learn how to self-regulate. Sometimes you need to stop, take a step back, and reflect. Why are you so mad or frustrated? Will acting out of anger help you feel better? There is a difference between feeling mad and acting mad. Making the right choice comes down to control in that small moment, so take your time. Number 2. Another great strategy is to know yourself and know your situation. Some people get irritated when they are tired or hungry, or worse, both. Think about whether you slept well or not last night. Have you eaten lately, or are you hungry? If you are tired or hungry and feeling mad, you need to recognize that you shouldn't act mad at someone else. You aren't really mad at them. Remove yourself from the situation and get a snack or a quick rest. Sometimes you have to deal with feeling mad until you can rest or eat, but being aware of yourself is a great first step. Number 3. Not everyone can self-regulate easily. Know your limits. You may have traits passed down through your family or even have disabilities that can actually make self-regulation very difficult. If this is the case for you, it is so important to recognize this and play to your strengths. Remove yourself from situations where you know you may be triggered to be impulsive or act out. As you build this skill, your strength will grow. Number 4. Maybe the best way to gain control is to know your strengths. If you are someone who can easily recognize what went wrong after you lose control, tap into this. Write down your triggers. Record what went wrong so that hopefully you can recognize the triggers before they affect you. You are all strong warriors. See these situations as challenges rather than problems and rise to the challenge.